Welcome back everyone, back to our finca.
Good morning.
In sunny southern Spain.
It is a beautiful day. However, last night we had a downpour like we've not had for a long time.
Yes.
And we did need it, but it means that the roof is now not happening for another week.
Yeah, a bit of a big disappointment really. We're all geared up for it, all prepared, but I don't know if you saw in another video, these tiles, the old tiles, probably must be 150 years old at least, they absorb moisture when it rains, and if you walk on them they just break for fun.
Yeah.
So we can't go on the roof at all, so we're going to leave it. Hopefully we've got more rain forecast for this week.
Yes, unfortunately.
Hopefully it won't transpire. It usually doesn't.
We're hoping by next weekend.
Yeah, we'll be able to
back
start it. So in the meantime though, we've still got plenty of other things to do.
Indeed. I've got to do a second coat on the hearth. We'll show you in a moment. I oiled them once, but one particular tile Andy did a bit of an experiment with previously, so that's now had two coats.
Inadvertently.
And it looks so much better, so I've decided to bite the bullet and give it another coat before I do the pointing.
Yes, we're on with the main restoration, but we've still got the earlier restoration that we can jump back onto when things like this happen.
Yeah, and of course we need to get that pointed above the door that Andy's been working on, because the inside of that wall is our lovely new painted hayloft wall, and we don't want any dampness creeping in.
Basically it's a dry stone wall at the moment.
Yeah.
So
lots to do.
Should we crack on?
Let's do it. So this is the pesky stone in question. I forgot that it had already been oiled once, so it's had two coats, and look at the difference. That is kind of going to be, it was originally that one, sort of a more reddy rather than a stone colour, and it's brought out colours beautifully. So I'm going to give it another coat, and need to clean the fire out first, mind you, because I've got to be absolutely spotless before I put the oil on, because it'll just stick to the dust. So I'll crack on.
So picking up where we left off at the end of the last video, we're all in, it's all solid. We need to, there's absolutely nothing in this wall at all. It's just it's just empty basically. Over the years, we've no idea how many years this gutter was leaking for. As I say, it's a new one that I put on, but it's just washed everything out. And as I said before, this is the floor level upstairs, so that is our inside wall. So if it gets any water in there, it's just going to come straight through onto our lovely lime wash. So I've just cleaned off what I can, the loose bits of this, and I just need to give it a good hoover, and then we can get on with rebuilding this front and sealing it all up, making it all weather tight. Being that I've been scuppered by the roof, I'm going to get this hoovered out and try and prepare it for Sharon by getting these loose stones fixed in. There's some huge holes in this. I can get my whole arm in nearly. Right, I got a mix on. Look at that. It goes right back. Years and years of water damage. Same with this one here. Lots of them. Can you see in there? It's not easy holding this up here. Right, cool, let's get on with it.
And there it is, another coat. Looks so much better. All ready for pointing now, but obviously got to wait over 24 hours to let that oil completely dry, so that if I do get any mortar on the stones, it would be easy to brush off. And I repaired the barrel as well, if you can see that. Touched it up where the rim had risen, and we'd got a bald patch, so as good as new again. Doesn't that look lovely?
So the first thing I'm going to do is just wet it all down, spray it, try and get it inside, right in there. Got that one out again. I've got a really stiff mix and I'm literally just going to throw it in, get it to the back. It's a 3-to-1 sand and lime I'm using, 3 parts sand, 1 part lime. There we go. So it's done. Then we're just going to shove some small stones in and keep going till we get to the front, to the bigger ones. Right, so they're all in. All these big ones are all in. I've filled up right at the back as well, so that's a lot easier now for Sharon to start pointing them up, get it watertight. So yep, excellent. It just takes forever, these things. Yeah, we're going to do the outside first and then deal with the inside later. Yesterday, these are the ones that are stuck in. So again, we actually need a bit of cleaning up to do here as well. The reason, but we want to get the outside done completely first, and then we'll look at reconstructing this inside, getting a door casing and getting a door made for it. Because you can't buy doors this size, I'm going to have to make one, and the frame as well. So that's coming up, but yeah, yeah, we'll just carry on.
Well,
Another morning.
and it's blowing a hoolie.
Absolute gale. You can't stand up on the front of the house. It's like you walk right horizontally. So I don't know how much we're going to get done on the door
scuppered
today.
us a bit, but those of you that have followed us from the beginning know that these things happen. And
Yeah, we're getting 80 kilometres an hour winds, 50 miles an hour.
yeah,
Whoa.
it's not nice. I don't know whether you can hear it because I guess the camera will.
We're in a bit shelter in the
Reduce.
courtyard here a bit, so.
And the camera reduces the wind as well. So, but we're just off now to take the dogs. Don't relish it, but of course they still
Yes.
need their walk.
And they've managed to eat the bottom of the
Yes.
back of the kennel, so I've got to fix that today, because the bottom row, I'll show you in a minute, but they've somehow eaten it. Thugs they are, they're just thugs. So we've got to fix that. Then we've got to go and get some straw for Donkey and Goatee,
Yep.
which means we need to unload the trailer because it's still full of all the stuff. We've got to do the floor upstairs, and then we've got to go and get the straw. Then we've got to come back and fight with the big plastic sheet in this winds.
Cover it over. Should be interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fun. So if you see us flying by,
Yeah.
give us a wave. Right, we better crack on.
We had.
I don't know how well that's going to come out in this wind, but you can see somehow they're eating the bottom of the kennel there, and all the straws washed out, been blown out, been pushed out. So I've got to fix that, then put a new bale of straw in. First off though, we'll take them for the walk. Are you ready, Bear? Shall we go? Shall we go walkies? This is what he does, he's a boyinger. He's a boyinger, he's a good boy. Right, so we have a new piece on the bottom. Thank you, 1 down, 2 to go. Right there, and this is to go under the floor upstairs in the apartment. And typical, the wind's just blown the tripod over and broken it. So we're doing a bit of handheld filming, and so we can hopefully we've tried to stick it, super glue it. Hopefully it'll work. So anyway, we can go and get the straw now. Right, so we're tempted to fix it. The camera was actually in it when it blew over, Fortunately, the camera's alright, but yeah, this is the clip that holds the camera onto this that's snapped off. So you can't have too many clamps as always. Stuck it back. Hopefully that should do the job. So we're all hitched up, ready to go, and the wind's even blown our umbrella tree over. Poor thing. Absolutely horrendous day today. Right, okay, so we're back. Donkey and Gold got straw. The dogs have got a full bed of straw. Yeah, everything's pretty much done. All I need to do now is repair the tripod, so we can crack on. This little piece here at the back that broke off, it has a spring-loaded clip that goes on there that holds the shoe for the camera. So it seems to have stuck. So a bit fiddly now. See if I can get it back on and get us operational again. Right, it's done. All you do, fling that back like that, drop the camera in, and then that goes back. So it's working, so we're back in action. Right, it's working again. One of the joys of not having a back door. The camera was in the kitchen, a big gust of wind came through because we had the other door open and just blew it straight over. Anyway, I don't know if you can see that sky behind me there, if it comes out on camera, but it's actually like brown, orange, yellow, and that's dust from the Sahara. We're forecast to get rain later on this week, and apparently if it does, they're going to bring all that lot down, and it ends up as this red mud everywhere. Not too bad where we are because we're mainly dirt underfoot anyway, but anyone, you know, with villas and patios and nice areas like that, it's horrendous. You know, it's just thick, and it's, yeah, what a job to get rid of it. We get it fairly often, but yeah, I just wanted to show you that. So I've just done a mix now, and I'm going to be cracking on with the door. Not much of the day left. We've lost loads today, but all the animals are looked after. So I'm going to snatch what I can and get a bit more done on this back door. So there we go. It's now filled up flush to the level of the lintel. Little bit more to do on this side, but again, it just makes life easier for Sharon. When we've been dog walking again, we've been collecting like big flat stones to go on the front in various places. We don't know yet, we'll work it out as we do it. They'll sit across there. We might go nicely in there. Yeah, we've got a few of them, so tonight we'll go and see if we can get a couple more. But yeah, it's really coming along. The more I can do, the less Sharon has to do, because Sharon does the pointing me because she's very, very good at and patient with it, whereas I don't have the patience. I'm all right slapping things in here like this, but yeah, I can't be doing this. It takes too long. 7 years I lived in Spain, and look at that. It's almost like a dust cloud. Never seen anything like it in all the time that I've been here. That's not enhanced at all, that's the actual view. Right, so I'm still plodding along. I've got this end all filled in. Got a nice big stone in there, another one there, another one there, another one there. I need probably 1, 2, 3, 4 hopefully. The problem is that Sharon keeps saying he's finding the stones. They've got to be the right thickness, and obviously we want them as big as we can get them, you know, so they'll look better that way. So yeah, I'll go and see if I can find some more. And if you can make that out, the lighting here is terrible. That sand cloud's not getting any thinner. It's just dull and dismal and horrible. I've started to build up this corner inside as well. I'm going to put a big 90mm post in here for the door frame. Might have mentioned that before. And that's actually going to sit under the lintel as well. I need to put a bit of concrete perhaps on the floor because it's a bit loose. And then I'm going to get that in there nice and tight. So I've got to be careful because I've got to leave room for it to come all the way up to here. So I might put the post in before I do the rest of this. Anyway, I'll go and find some stones. So there we are. It's fundamentally done. I've even put some little stones in as well. So that's all ready for Sharon now. She's got the magic touch to finish it all off, make it all look nice and pretty. And yeah, we'll probably get on with this door casing. I'm going to have to actually go and get one. Well, get the timber for it. And I need to try and find some tongue and groove to build the door. the problem is with a lot of it, if it's done for floorboards, it has the grooves in the back, which is supposed to stop them warping when they're on the floor. I don't want them on the back of my door, so I think I know where I can get them. So that's another quest for me. I think we're going to put a stable door on here as well, because as you know, we've got Jessie, who's a blind cat who likes to wander. We've got a baby gate on over there, but sometimes it's a pain keep having to open and close the gate to get through. So we put a stable door on here. We can put her out here when necessary. Shut this, the others can all jump over it, and yeah, free access through the house. So yes, fantastic. I'm so pleased with that though. It looks really good, I think. I hope you think so too. Well, it's Wednesday morning. Look how dark it is in here. We've had a right week this week. We're hoping to get that wall pointed up today, but so far this week we've had gale force winds, which are forecast to continue. We've had a choking sand cloud that gets your eyes and your lungs and everything, absolutely horrible. And now, this morning, we've got mud rain. It's Wednesday morning. I've just been out, it's not even rained enough to register on the weather station, less than 1/10 of a millimetre. And look at these images, the car is just brown, the solar panels are just brown, they're pulling in 20 watts, we've got 4 kilowatts of solar panels, and the air is that thick with this sand, and got clouds now as well. 20 watts of power we're pulling in, so we've had the generator running obviously, and even the generator itself, look at the state of this, it's bright green, yeah, lime green it should be. So we're not even going to chance getting that pointing done today, because if it does rain properly, it could just wash it all out, which is a total waste of space. So we're going to go and pick up all the stuff we need for when the weather improves, to get the door made and fitted and the pointing done, of course. We're forecast rain for the next 7 days. This is the south of Spain. This is the Mediterranean. We're never ever I've been here 11 years, and I've never seen weather continually this bad with this much sand. We get the sand from time to time, but this is just unprecedented, and it's really stopped our progress. At least we can go shopping in inverted commas and pick up the rest of the stuff that we need. So we're going to do that.
Look at that sand. It's just started raining properly now, and it's disgusting. Everything is covered.
First stop, bag of lime. It lasts a long time, so we only need one at the moment. Right, I'll go and pay for it and then we'll crack on. Next stop, fuel for the generator. It looks like we're going to be using quite a lot over the next few days. 182.5 a litre. Oh, fantastic. Not as bad as some places. Right, okay, we're back. Look at this beautiful piece of timber I found to make the main part of the door frame with, and I managed to get the boards. These are the floorboards that I'm talking about. They have these grooves in the back. You can make them out there. Supposed to be to stop them warping. but obviously you don't really want them showing on your door. I'm probably going to build this one the wrong way around as well, with the groovy bits on the inside, because I'm going to make a stable door. When all the backs are together, they're flat, so I can put a drip head on to stop the water from the top door going onto into the bottom door. If that makes sense. All will be revealed. I'll put that back. I've also got another drum for mixing, because you remember we burnt ours out, the last one. Cheapest drill I could find, just gets abused, stirring up lime and cement and all that sort of stuff. Lime's very hard to mix by hand. It really is a lot easier if you've got a mixer with a mixy thing, a drill with a mixer thing on the end. The other thing I've got is a lock, a bolt to join the two doors together when they're in, and lock them together, the two halves of the doors that is. And if you remember the hinges, I'm going to reuse the hinges off the old door, some of them, and I've got some others the same as well that came off another building. So that's fantastic. I think the first thing I'm going to do is make a pad. If you remember the earth at the bottom of the frame, it's just earth and loose stuff, and I'm going to make a nice pad for this to sit on, because this is going to be up underneath also to help it to support that floor joist. So I might see if I can get that done right now. So if you can see or even hear me with the generator running in the background, it's still raining mud, it's still overcast, even though it looks bright here. It isn't, it's just the camera. This is where the post is going to sit down, and at the bottom here it's a bit, I don't know, a bit loosish. So I'm going to dig it away, probably going to fix the stone in that one, or if it gets big enough, that one, to carry the post. So that's the first thing to do. I'm just going to have an exploratory knockabout. Right, that's in place. There's no point showing it because you can't see anything and you can't hear anything from the generator. Bit of a disappointment. What can we do? We can't take control of the weather. But everything's ready now to start on that door and the door casing that's going to hold it. If the weather's kinder to us over the next sort of couple of days, in Sunday's video, it'll be done, hopefully, depending on the weather. Sharon's going to get all that pointing up the top of the door done, and I'm going to make the door and the thing. So yeah, disappointing time. These things are sent to try us, but as I say, we can't control the weather. We live to fight another day though. So thanks so much for watching. We hope you have enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. The little red button down there says subscribe on it. I think there's one at the side of the screen. Here, is it? Somewhere? I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, and thanks so much to everyone. We'll be back on Sunday.